The thing that most excites me about Destiny is its mythic setting and story. The basic context of the story is that 700 years in our future, at the end of humanity's golden age in which we've gone out and explored and colonized the entire solar system, there's a collapse and suddenly everything falls apart. And now players are guardians in the last city on Earth. It's protected by this gigantic floating mysterious orb called the Traveler that nobody knows anything about. Another really cool element to the story that I'm really excited about is that it's got drop-in, drop-out co-op multiplayer. Now, we already saw, like in Journey, how that experience added to the personalness of the story, and the fact that that's being added to Destiny makes me even more excited to experience the game.
So the thing that really impressed me about my first look at Destiny was how big the scope of the world is. It promises to have all these different locations and these different planets that you can explore with your friends. And part of what makes great sci-fi to me is that you can explore all these worlds, and by looking at the really sort of small minutia and detail, you get a glimpse into how deep the lore is and all of these details about the characters and the locations and the races that you probably would have never seen unless you decided to look.
You're just walking around doing your thing, and then randomly, out of nowhere, a dropship just warps in from orbit, and craziness just ensues. And that's what MMOs are kind of missing today. It's just that sense of randomness, the feeling like anything can happen at any time. You get so caught up in like the doldrums of just going from A to B and collecting what you have to collect and killing what you have to kill. And they really need this dynamic element. And some other MMOs have tried to do it, but not on the scale that Destiny is doing it. So I'm really looking forward to experiencing that.
There's a lot of potential in the fusion between MMOs and FPSs, PlanetSide 2 being the most recent successful example. But I'd like to see more done with the medium, the potential for large, massive-scale battles, the integration of role-playing elements and character interaction, and Destiny promises some of that. I want to see how it turns out.
For me, the most exciting thing about Destiny is definitely the weapons. First of all, this is Bungie, so they've made like really great looking weapons that feel good to shoot. But specific to Destiny, what they're doing is they're making the weapons look very distinct to certain areas of the game. In Destiny, your weapons, your attachments, they all have different parts from different places you've explored. And just by looking at someone, you can tell, cool, this person has experienced these things, they've done these things, their accomplishments are right there in their hands. And I think that's going to be really, really cool.
I am really excited about playing as a warlock in Destiny. Now these guys are like the space mages. They have the ability to like force push a bunch of enemies away from them, and that looks really cool. They get all the same weapons that it seems like all the other classes get, but I'm really excited to use that magic provided by the Traveler. It's going to be really cool to see what else you can unlock as that class.
I loved Borderlands 2, and Destiny actually has a lot in common with it. It's another cooperative, first-person shooter role-playing game that's all about finding better and better loot. I love these types of games. I'll spend hours and hours grinding, slowly improving my character. And it looks like Destiny will provide me with that loot grinding shooter fix that I'm looking for.
I'm most excited about the enemies and the situations I'll be up against in Destiny. When it comes to characters like the Fallen Captain, coming out of pipes, lunging at you with these multi-arms and these dual swords, what different ways will it take for me to take him down? Then you have the Cabal with this huge shield planted down, huge gun, suppressive fire. How is that going to affect me and my team? It's also exciting, and I can't wait to find the different ways and combinations to take out every single one of them.
Bungie has been one of the world's top-tier developers for well over a decade now. These guys know how to make an incredible first-person shooter, particularly one with deep story elements and with cooperative play, a ton of replayability. They understand vehicles. They just get a first-person shooter combat sandbox that is incredibly fun to explore. And I just can't wait to see what Bungie does on new next-generation technology.